Have you ever felt like you were pushing a boulder uphill? You muster all your strength, all your willpower, and pour every ounce of energy into making a massive change in your life. You go on a strict diet, start an intense workout regimen, or dedicate 8 hours a day to your new business, only to find yourself exhausted, burnt out, and right back where you started a few weeks later. The boulder rolls back down, and you're left wondering what went wrong. This cycle of intense effort followed by frustrating collapse is a story most of us know intimately. We are taught that transformation requires monumental leaps, that change has to be dramatic, loud, and fast to be real. We look for the quantum leap, the overnight success, the one big decision that will alter the course of our lives forever. But what if this entire premise is flawed? What if the universe, at its most fundamental level, doesn't respond to force, but to frequency? What if the most profound transformations are not born from explosive effort, but from the quiet, consistent hum of who you are becoming? The truth is, the model of massive action often fails because it works against the very fabric of our being. It triggers our internal resistance, our subconscious fear of change, and creates an energetic signature of struggle and lack. You're essentially screaming at the universe what you don't have, reinforcing the reality you're desperate to escape. This approach misunderstands the nature of reality itself. We live in a quantum universe, an infinite field of potential that responds not to the volume of your shout, but to the consistency of your vibration. Your reality is not a fortress to be conquered with brute force. It is a reflection to be shifted with subtle, persistent resonance. The problem isn't your desire or your intention. The problem is the method. It's time to stop trying to push the boulder and instead learn to command the mountain, one tiny intentional pebble at a time. The solution is a concept I call the quantum ripple effect. It is the understanding that the most powerful force for change you possess is not in the grand dramatic gesture, but in the small, seemingly insignificant actions you repeat with presence and intention every single day. Imagine your life as a vast, still lake. This lake is your personal quantum field, a sea of infinite potential containing every possible reality for you. The world you currently experience is simply the pattern of ripples on the surface of that lake. When you try to make a massive change, it's like throwing a giant boulder into the water. It creates a huge, chaotic splash. There's a lot of noise, a lot of displaced water. But the ripples are violent, disorganized, and quickly fade, leaving the lake much as it was before. Now consider a different approach. Instead of a boulder, you let a single, tiny drop of water fall into the lake from the same spot, at the same time, every single day. At first, the effect is barely noticeable. A tiny, perfect circle expands outwards and disappears. But you continue. Drip, drip, drip. Each drop is a consistent signal, a pure frequency sent into your field. Over time, these consistent, coherent ripples begin to synchronize. They build on each other, creating a powerful, stable, and ever-expanding wave pattern. This harmonic resonance begins to organize the entire lake. The old, chaotic patterns of your past reality are gently overridden by this new, coherent frequency. This is the quantum ripple effect. That tiny drop of water could be meditating for 2 minutes, drinking a glass of water with gratitude the moment you wake up, or saying one sincere I am statement. These actions are never meaningless. They are frequency anchors. They are powerful statements of identity to the universe, continuously broadcasting the signal of the person you are becoming. The quantum field doesn't measure the size of the action. It measures the consistency and coherence of the frequency. Change doesn't happen through a single jarring splash. It happens through the patient, persistent, and loving creation of a new, dominant resonance that reshapes your entire reality from the inside out. To truly grasp why these small, consistent actions hold such monumental power, we must look deep into the operating system of your human experience, the subconscious mind. Neuroscience has shown us that your conscious mind, the part of you that sets goals and has desires, governs only about 5% of your life. The other 95%, your habits, your emotional reactions, Your automatic behaviors, your beliefs, is run by the subconscious. Your subconscious is not a thinking mind. It is a recording and playback machine. Its primary job is to keep you safe by running programs it has learned from your past experiences, especially those with a strong emotional charge. It creates your identity, the story of who you believe you are. When you try to make a huge, drastic change, your subconscious mind immediately flags it as a threat. Why? Because it deviates from the known familiar identity program. If you've identified as someone who is unhealthy for 30 years, a sudden, intense health regimen is a foreign virus to the system. The subconscious will activate all its defense mechanisms, self-sabotage, procrastination, sudden fatigue, overwhelming doubt, to pull you back to the familiar baseline, the established identity. It's not malicious. It is simply doing its job of maintaining coherence with the program it holds as truth. This is why willpower alone so often fails. You are using the 5% of your conscious mind to fight against the 95% of your automated programming. It's a battle you are neurologically destined to lose. The quantum ripple, however, is a form of quantum stealth. A 2-minute meditation is too small for the subconscious to register as a threat. Drinking a glass of water with intention is too simple to trigger the alarm bells. These actions slip under the radar of the old identity's defense system. Yet each time you perform this small act with presence, you are casting a vote for a new identity. You are installing a tiny piece of new code. Repeated consistently, these tiny pieces of code begin to form a new program, gently and systematically overwriting the old one without ever initiating a battle. You are not attacking the old identity. You are simply making it obsolete by building a new one. One quiet, consistent ripple at a time. Let's translate this profound theory into direct, practical action. Your journey of transformation begins not tomorrow, not next week, but in this very moment, with a single, conscious choice. I want you to choose one, and only one, micro-habit. This action should be so simple, so laughably easy, that it feels almost insignificant. For example, the moment your feet touch the floor in the morning, you will say, "Thank you." Or, before you start your car, you will take one deep, conscious breath. Or, you will place your hand on your heart and think of one thing you appreciate for 10 seconds. The key is not the complexity of the action, but the quality of the energy you bring to it. This is where quantum physics provides a stunningly beautiful framework. The famous double-slit experiment demonstrated a foundational truth of our universe. The act of observation changes the nature of reality. When particles are not being observed, they exist as a wave of pure potential. When a conscious observer focuses their attention on them, that wave of potential collapses into a definite, physical particle. Your focused presence during your micro-habit is the act of the observer. When you drink that glass of water, you are not just hydrating your body. If you do it with full presence, feeling the water, feeling gratitude for it, you are collapsing the wave of potential for health and vitality into your physical reality. You are an observer in your own quantum field, and your attention is the most powerful currency you have. Each time you perform your small habit with this focused, loving attention, you are collapsing a new reality into being. You are taking the infinite potential of the person you wish to be and making it tangible, particle by particle, moment by moment. This is not just positive thinking. It is a physical process of creation. Your consistent, focused attention is the energetic tool that transforms the invisible waves of possibility into the visible matter of your life. So your task is simple. Choose your micro-habit. Commit to it. And when you do it, pour all of your presence into it. Feel it. Embody it. Become the conscious observer who, through the power of loving attention, calls forth a new world. Now we must expand our understanding and integrate these principles across multiple dimensions of your being, because you are a multidimensional being, operating at the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual levels simultaneously. True transformation occurs when all these levels are brought into coherence, vibrating in harmony. Incoherence is the state of inner conflict, where your thoughts, feelings, and actions are not aligned. You think you want abundance, but you feel a constant vibration of lack. You say you want love, but your actions are driven by a fear of intimacy. This energetic static cancels out your signal to the quantum field. The universe receives a mixed, garbled message and reflects back a mixed, garbled reality. The quantum ripple effect is the ultimate tool for creating coherence. Let's look at this through 3 scientific lenses. First, quantum resonance. In physics, resonance is the phenomenon where a vibrating system drives another system to oscillate with greater amplitude at a specific frequency. Your small, consistent action is the initial vibration. By repeating it with the same intentional energy every day, you are creating a stable, resonant frequency. This frequency begins to vibrate through your entire energy field. Like a tuning fork, your consistent signal causes other parts of your life to start vibrating in harmony with it. The quantum field, which is fundamentally a field of interconnected frequencies, begins to respond. Opportunities, people, and resources that match your new coherent frequency are naturally drawn to you, not by struggle, but by the irresistible law of resonance. Second, let's consider epigenetics. Pioneering scientists like Dr. Bruce Lipton have shown that our genes are not our destiny. It is the environment of the cell, primarily influenced by the signals from our thoughts and emotions, that determines which genes are expressed. Every time you perform your micro-habit with a corresponding elevated emotion, gratitude, joy, love, you are sending a new chemical signal to your cells. You are literally bathing your DNA in the chemistry of your future self. Over time, this consistent emotional signaling can activate genes for health, vitality, and well-being, while deactivating genes related to stress and disease. You are not just changing your mind. You are changing your biology at the genetic level, instructing your body to rebuild itself in the image of your new identity. Finally, we anchor this in ancient spiritual wisdom. The Vedanta philosophy speaks of samskaras, which are deep mental grooves or impressions created by repeated thoughts and actions. These samskaras dictate our automatic behaviors and shape our reality. Your micro-habit is a conscious tool for creating a new enlightened samskara. Each repetition deepens the groove of this new desired pattern, making it more and more automatic, while the old limiting samskaras begin to fade from disuse. The Bible echoes this, with the principle of faith as a mustard seed. It's not about the size of the initial faith, but its persistent, living quality. Your small, consistent action is your mustard seed of faith planted in the fertile ground of the quantum field. You don't need giant faith for a giant mountain. You need persistent faith, the size of a tiny seed, nurtured daily. By aligning these principles, you become a master creator, sculpting your reality not from the outside in, but from the inside out, creating a coherent wave of transformation that ripples through every aspect of your life. Now it is time to ground this knowledge in your daily life and make it an interactive, living practice. Knowing is not enough. You must embody this truth. This is where we move from being a passive listener to an active creator. I invite you now to make a sacred contract with yourself. Your first step is to identify your quantum ripple. It needs to meet 3 criteria. 1. It must be something you can do in under 2 minutes. 2. It must be something you can do every single day without fail. 3. It must be an action that symbolizes the identity you are choosing to embody. For example, if you wish to embody wealth, your ripple might be to consciously bless the money you spend, no matter how small the amount. If you desire health, it might be to look in the mirror for 30 seconds and send love to your body. If you want peace, it might be to simply sit in silence and watch your breath for 1 minute. Take a moment. If you need to, pause this video. Close your eyes, take a breath, and ask yourself, what one tiny action, if done with presence and love every day, would represent the future me? Let the answer arise. Don't overthink it. Simplicity is power. Once you have it, write it down. Put it on a sticky note on your mirror or as a reminder on your phone. This is your anchor. Now here is the most important part. the execution. When you perform this action, you must do it with your full being. This is not a task to be checked off a list. It is a sacred ritual. It is your daily communion with the quantum field. Turn off all distractions. If you are drinking water, feel the coolness of the glass. Watch the light refract through it. Feel the liquid nourishing your cells. You are not just drinking water. You are embodying hydration, purity, and life. This is the difference between a mechanical habit and a quantum ripple. One is empty repetition. The other is conscious creation. To amplify this effect, I want you to share your chosen ripple in the comments below. Do not see this as just a social media comment. See it as declaring your intention to the universe. By writing it down and sharing it, you make it more real for yourself, and you contribute to a collective field of intention. Reading through the comments, you will witness hundreds of others who are on this journey with you, each creating their own ripple of change. This collective energy creates a powerful resonance, a supportive field that magnifies the effect of your individual practice. So, declare your ripple. Your journey of transformation is no longer a solitary one. You have just joined a global community of conscious creators. As you begin to practice your daily ripple, you will inevitably encounter the two greatest obstacles to transformation: doubt and the illusion of time. Your old identity, the egoic mind, will not go quietly. It will whisper insidious questions in your ear. Is this really working? It's been a week, and nothing has changed. This is silly. You're just wasting your time. This voice is the feedback loop of your past programming, trying to pull you back into the familiar. It is critical that you recognize this voice for what it is: a ghost. It is an echo of a program that you are currently rewriting. Do not argue with it. Do not fight it. Simply observe it with compassion and say, "Thank you for sharing. I am choosing a new way now." Then, gently bring your focus back to your ripple. Your relationship with time must also be reconditioned. We live in a culture of instant gratification. We expect to sow a seed in the morning and harvest the fruit by the afternoon. The quantum field does not operate on this linear, impatient timeline. There is a divine gestation period between sending a signal and its physical manifestation. Think of ordering a package online. Once you click Confirm Purchase, you don't stand by the door for the next 72 hours, worrying if it's coming. You trust the process. You know it has been shipped and is on its way. You go about your life with the calm knowing of its impending arrival. You must adopt this same unwavering faith in your quantum creation. Your consistent ripple is you clicking Confirm Purchase on your new reality every single day. The universe has received your order. Your job is not to worry about the delivery. Your job is to keep holding the frequency of the person who has already received it. How do you do this? By hunting for evidence. You must train your brain to see the subtle signs that your new reality is manifesting. Did you find a coin on the street? That's the universe winking at you, showing you abundance is flowing. Did a friend call you out of the blue just when you needed it? That's evidence of your connection. Did you feel a moment of genuine peace? That is the new reality anchoring in your nervous system. Celebrate these synchronicities. Acknowledge them. Keep a journal of this evidence. This practice shifts your focus from what hasn't happened yet to what is already beginning to shift. It stabilizes your new state of being and starves the voice of doubt. You are like a gardener who trusts that the seed is germinating beneath the soil and who lovingly tends to the ground, celebrating the first tiny sprout as a confirmation of the magnificent tree that is to come. Trust the unseen process. Your reality is reorganizing itself around your new frequency. Be patient, be persistent, and hold the faith. We have journeyed from the frustrating cycle of forceful change to the elegant power of the quantum ripple effect. We have seen that your reality is not a solid, immovable thing, but a fluid, energetic field that responds to the quiet consistency of your inner state. You now understand that you don't need grand heroic efforts to transform your life. Your true power lies in the small, seemingly mundane choices you make every single day. When those choices are infused with the sacred energy of your presence and intention, each 2-minute meditation, each glass of water sipped with gratitude, each conscious breath is a powerful statement to the universe. It is a declaration of your becoming. It is a vote for the future you are choosing to inhabit. You have learned that this process works by gently bypassing the resistance of the subconscious mind, allowing you to rewrite your core identity from the inside out. We have connected this process to the profound truths of quantum physics, understanding how your focused observation collapses potential into reality. We have seen how epigenetics confirms that you can signal your very genes to express a new destiny. And we have anchored it all in the timeless wisdom of ancient spiritual traditions, which have always taught that the greatest power is found in the smallest of seeds. The path forward is not complex. It is not about adding more to your to-do list. It is about bringing more of you to what you already do. It is about choosing one small ripple and committing to it with the devotion of a sacred practice. You are a sovereign creator, and the universe is your canvas. The patterns of your life are not random. They are the direct result of the frequencies you consistently broadcast. Stop trying to change the world outside of you. Instead, focus on mastering the world within you. Choose your ripple. Embody your new frequency. And then, with patience and faith, watch as the entire universe reorganizes itself to match the beautiful, coherent music you are sending out. Your new reality is not something you have to chase. It is something you allow. It is something you become. Start your ripple today and witness the magic unfold.